Welcome to Indigo Touch. Today we are talking about 10 signs that there are negative energies in our space, and we'll be talking about possible solutions towards there. And so please stick around and please like the video, please subscribe, please share this with anyone who might benefit from it. Without further ado, let's get into it. So what is negative energy? Negative energy is the type of energy that takes or absorbs the energy from us. So I made an example about a negative figure. If you take -3, what's -3 plus 2? You will be left with -1. That -3 absorbed the +2. That is how negative energy functions. It absorbs energy from our surroundings. There are 3 sources of negative energy. Number 1, our surroundings. When it's not clean, there is a saying that says cleanliness is next to godliness. So when our surroundings are not clean, are not inviting, are not interesting, we have dull colors all over, colors that are uninspiring, then that may be an attraction for negative energies. They also come from other people. So when someone comes into your space, or not even in your space, when someone is constantly complaining to you, then it may leave you feeling drained and uninspired, sometimes leave you with a headache. That is because that person is being negative at the time, and it's kind of sucking the life out of your space and also out of you. And also ourselves, number 3. When we are constantly complaining, we are self-critical, self-doubting, and self-everything. So we can also be sources of our negative energy, and we can also cause negative energies, invite negative energy into our home. So let's not dwell too much on that. Let's get into the 10 signs. Number 1, it's nightmares and broken sleep. So when we get nightmares, we may wake up in the middle of the night or wake up before the time we wanted to wake up, and that causes us not to rest, because sleep is a time for rest and recuperating. If we do not get enough sleep, we're unable to be productive the following day, and that affects our performance at work or in our businesses, and that causes a cascading effect in our lives when we start underperforming. So that is number 1. And number 2, some rooms feel uncomfortable at home. These are usually unoccupied rooms, so you just want to get into this room and leave as soon as possible because it just feels uninhabitable. So these rooms are usually not cleaned, not attended to, in rooms that are not occupied at home. So they gather dust, they gather spider webs, they just gather dirt, and dirt attracts what we call negative energy. Number 3, feelings of sadness and anger at home. So emsebenzini or wherever you were nice to people, just a very pleasant person to be around. When you get home, you are just a nightmare to be around, just feeling very, very negative, very angry all of a sudden when you get home without a valid reason. That is definitely a sign that there is something at home that is affecting your soul, because emotions are from the soul, so the soul is under attack at that time. Number 4, lack of creativity and focus when you are at home. So I used to have this at a university. I was totally unable to study in my room. I couldn't. I had to be out of my room. I would even go to the stairs and study there. It was much better than in my room. So if you are unable to think, to be creative, to study, to focus at home, then that is a sign ukuba there is something at home that is affecting the spirit, because logic and focus are related to the masculine part of our brains, which the masculine part is related to the spirit. So that is number 4. Number 5, infestation of insects and bugs. So if everything is clean at home, there is no rotting something somewhere, everything is just fine, and this is an area that does not usually have flies, that does not usually have cockroaches, but you just see these insects everywhere, it is a sign that there is something unpleasant at home. There is something unpleasant at home. This is usually isichito. I think we've spoken about it. If we haven't, we will in future. There are people who just randomly find maggots impetu somewhere in their space. There is nothing rotting, nothing decaying. They just find impetu. That is, a spiritual attack. That is something we call isichito. So sometimes it's not isichito, but if you start noticing flies in your space and everything physically is clean, it means ukuba there is something that is not pleasant at home. There is negative energy. Number 6, it's dark shadows, seeing dark shadows with your peripheral vision. So just seeing a dark shadow somewhere at home, that is negative energy. Definitely, that is seeing negative energy. It's manifesting now. It's showing itself it's over there. It's great luck to see that, because you know what you're dealing with. If you've been having these issues at home, everyone is arguing, then you know what the problem is, and you can get a solution. So it's a good sign, I guess, when you start seeing it. And number 7, it's lack of passion from home for the home. So not looking forward to go home. Just you get home, you're like, okay, it's home, there's nothing much. It does not feel very homely, it does not feel inspiring. So home is a place where we spend most of our lives. If we are not passionate about our homes, there is an issue. There is something that is making elikaya not to seem warm and passionate for us. So that is number 7. Number 8, things just disappear only to be found again. So you could be looking for something, you swear ukuba you looked for this everywhere, and then Gandhi, it's been right in front of you all along. It's just because negative energy affects the mind and causes confusion, because when you're looking for this thing, you're confused. It's right in front of you, but you don't see it. So that is number 8. Number 9, bad odor with no origin. So just smelling this thing, sometimes it may be something that's rotting, but it's not a pleasant smell. It's not smelling good perfume, smelling roses, smelling something that makes you feel good. It's smelling something that's putrid and not very pleasant to smell. So with no origin, if you can't find what is what is the cause of this odor, then it's definitely negative energy. And remember, this thing even chases people away from your home. So if you have friends, it may chase your friends away. That is why there is a type of isqito that makes a person to just have a persistent odor, because odor, okay, let me just say scent is very, very powerful. We'll speak about this in future. Scent is very powerful. So if there's this scent that's undetected at home and it's not pleasant at all, then it's a sign of negative energy. Number 10, feeling like you are not alone at home, feeling like you are being watched, and not in a good way, not in a comfortable way, because there is a comfortable way where you feel like, oh, I'm not alone, and then you start talking, you feel like, okay, now is the time to talk about my issues, and then you talk, and then later you get a solutions. That's when our spirit guides are present. But then this feeling is not pleasant. It's like, I'm not safe here, I just need to go. So that is number 10. What are your solutions to this? Solutions revolve around cleaning the house. So when cleaning, please check the corners. We tend to neglect the corners, and that is where negative energies like to accumulate, because we do not take care of corners of the house. So sweep the corners, sweep away spider webs, and also try putting salt. Salt absorbs. So try putting salt in the corners, in every corner, and try to hide it. You can hide it. Just put it in a small container and put salt in there. And also sprinkling salt under mat, under the welcome mat, the doormat, so that everyone who comes in does not come in with their own negative energy. If a person was coming in to complain about something, they won't complain anymore. And speaking of that, also using ikhala. We do not want anyone, no one likes having someone come in and just, complain, feeling negative in their house. So making the house a bit more accommodating, a bit more, making the house very inviting, and putting colors that will make a person even forget why they came here to complain. They came here to confront you. This is colors like vibrant colors, yellows, your greens, your everything. Colors just that just calm a person down, so that when they come into your space, they will feel positive because your space is positive, and negativity won't overwhelm the positivity in your space. And using herbs, you can use herbs as the African. You can use kuko into inyamazana. You can use inyamazana, uchisa inyamazana before sleeping, or you can make your own herbs, your favorite herbs. You can take them, you can burn them, you can use diffuser, ukali essential oils, just something, a scent that's going to, because scent changes chemistry, it changes what we are thinking about at the moment. It's like it bewitches in a way, in a good way here in this case. So using a scent and cleaning and changing into zolala, linen, bed linen regularly. And when mopping our floors, we take the bucket, sigalamanzi, we pour in jade fluid or ammonia or a handful of salt. And while doing this, we state intentions, because jade fluid or ammonia or salt alone don't just do the job. We have to speak about, this is why I'm doing this. My intention is to achieve this, and so on and so forth. And then we mop, and you're going to be right. So thank you for watching. Please like the video. Please subscribe, and please share this with anyone else who might benefit from the content. Till next time, have a lovely day. Bye.